Alright, we're good.
Alrighty, guys. This is Coffee and Crypto. Oh, sorry. This is Coffee and Crypto episode with EasyDex, episode 2. And in this episode, we got some awesome insights coming from definitely a leader in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. What the overall agenda of this episode is, we're going to do a quick overview of the movers and shakers in the past week of crypto, the biggest gainers and the biggest losers, and then also some of the insights on current trends and current news from this past week. And then we'll have the interview with the co-founder and of Whaleshares and a member of the Bitshares community from the very beginning, Mr. OfficialFuzzy. And he'll be coming to us here soon. And we got 5 good questions for him, so hopefully it'll be a nice little quick 30-minute segment. Everybody gets a lot of knowledge and information, and they can move on with their days. But, alright guys, let's get started. The first thing I want to touch on was some of the biggest movers and shakers this week, and it kind of ties into the main trend and news we'll talk about next with Coinbase. Some of the biggest currencies in the top 100 have moved substantially this past week. You have Stellar going up 57%, Cardano up 47%, EOS is up over 25%, and then we have some currencies such as OX, which is ZRX, is up 52%, and then you have the Batcoin, which is up substantially this past week, and is up 42%. And all of these currencies have something that they're tied together. I don't know if most people have realized is that Coinbase, which is one of the biggest centralized exchanges, came out 2 days ago with announcing that they're exploring adding 5 different cryptocurrencies. And these cryptocurrencies are those 5 that we just talked about. They are Cardano, BAT, Stellar, and then 2 other ones, such as Zcash and Ox. And it's interesting that all 5 of these are up about roughly between 40 and 55% this past week. This announcement happened 2 days ago. So what that tells me is something problem that Coinbase had recently when they added Bitcoin Cash is that the people working for Coinbase found out about this, bought a bunch of Bitcoin Cash, and made a huge killing when they added it. So a lot of people, a lot of these centralized exchanges have their employees are making tons of money by buying the coins that they're going to list before everybody else finds out about it. They released this article, this announcement, to try to prevent that. They're not even saying that they're actually going to add them. They're just saying they're exploring. And they give different reasons for exploring all these different currencies. But one crypto that kind of was left out that most community was wanting to be added was XRP. They left out XRP for whatever reason. But they picked up Cardano because it takes different technical direction with the Ouroboros proof of stake algorithm. And then Zcash because it reduces the memory consumption by 98%. They pick Stellar because different from proof of work and allows and requires significant nodes to choose set of node and trusted group to give them accurate information. And then the BAT token and Ox were chosen because the BAT token allows advertisers to pay for user attention via the Brave web browser. And then Ox is using a lot of different projects that are using Ox technology, including some decentralized exchanges. So that's the reasons why they picked it. But ever since, I would say, that's the last Friday, these 5 in particular have been going up substantially. And what that tells me is that there was some inside information leaked or whatever, because it's been definitely... Am I lagging?
You're fine, Chief.
Alright. What that tells me is that the insiders at Coinbase, whether they work for them or they're connected to Coinbase, have been buying these 5 tokens in anticipation of this newest release. So it's something to take into consideration. when you look at the different cryptocurrencies that are up this past week, a lot of them are up in the green, but these 5 have really gone up, and it's because of this announcement. But that's what I just want to touch real quick about, the particular movers and this trend about Coinbase creating a lot of demand for certain tokens. And it seems like they're choosing tokens that either insiders have a lot of holdings or there's certain reasons for it. But they left out standard ones such as EOS, XRP, and many other tokens that could have been listed here in the near future. But I guess we'll see what happens with Coinbase, the new tokens that they have listed. But let's bring you to the man of the hour for OfficialFuzzy. See if we can get some great information from him. But I know that the community really loves hearing from him and really loves hearing the updates from him. So, Fuzzy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, Comcast is letting you speak, so thank you for that.
Thank you, Comcast, for letting us speak. Yeah, they don't have many competitors. I can't wait until we can change that. So how's it going today?
How's it going, everyone? Is everything going well?
It's going well for me. I thank you for bringing me on to discuss what you guys would like to discuss today, and I'll go ahead and I'll step back and let you feel free to ask any questions that you guys would like to bring to me.
Sounds good. And I got 5 questions I want to ask just to provide value and get some insights from you. And then if anybody in the community wants to have any questions that Fuzzy can roll it over and see if he wants to answer, then just put them in the chat. And just realize that, try to ask questions that provide value, because we are live streaming and we are recording this for later, so hopefully questions you ask will provide value, but make sure you keep them PG. And let's keep it going. But I guess the first one to touch off with, for anybody listening, either live or in the future, if they don't know who you are, can you please just give us a quick rundown of who you are and how you've been involved with this cryptocurrency and blockchain environment.
Yeah, I'll say that I started off in Bitcoin when it was very, very, very young. Like, I remember days when it was less than a penny. It was about 10 years ago. And watching it going up and down, sometimes going up to like 3 pennies, and then 30 pennies, and then going quite a bit beyond that, as you can see today. But in that time, we've I would say about 5 years into it, I was always looking at all these different altcoins, but I found one that was really there we go. Sounded like somebody was
I just muted Chief. Sorry about that.
Anyway, did you like how I snuck that joke in there? Okay. Anyway, was always looking for cool cryptocurrencies after that, and found one called ProtoShares in the earliest days of ProtoShares. I mined ProtoShares because we would get tokens in new DAX share dropped on them, and that was talked about by Dan Larimer in the early days. And when I was listening to this guy talking about all these things, I understood a lot of what he was saying to be true. And I automatically also saw that there were a lot of people who were kind of attacking his viewpoints and some very valid concerns that he had in cryptocurrency. So what I've done in this history is I would say I've been at the foundations of this, kind of saying, hey guys, people are going to call this crazy until they don't. And since none of the media wants to cover it, I'll make sure that we cover it. So that's kind of where I started with Bitshares, and I am considered a co-founding community member who's been there. I'm in Bitshares documentary from the old days. I've been able to have a lot of cool things happen from the history, and experiences come from it. But ultimately now I'm at a point where, you know, we had Steam come out. Dan said that on the launch, which we had in our own Beyond Bitcoin hangout, for all of the archives are covered, the history leading to this technology being where it is. Dan came in and said thank you to everybody who was part of Beyond Bitcoin for inspiring the creation of Steam. But what a lot of people who just listened to that and didn't read his blog probably didn't recognize was that this was a Maz chain, the first mutual aid chain, and it was mined into existence. And obviously with that came the centralization issues that we see today in Steam. You know, whereas many cryptocurrencies are very centralized, having 30-40%, in the hands of a small few, we have Steam with many more tokens than one person's. So with that said, we got into trying to create better things for Steam and to help Steam. And that's what kind of led to Whaleshares being created. And I ran into Walrus around the time that I wanted to do this. And long story short, there were struggles and things that came along that made it difficult to get it done. I ended up bringing in a friend named Del Mato, and he ended up building something called the Whaleshares platform in terms of the actual building of it. But Walrus and Patty have been at the foundations of the community, using this technology and sharing it with the community and running initiatives and building other things, as you guys can tell, like the EasyDex later on, because of some issues that arose in the Steam ecosystem. So I'm not trying to give everything about Whaleshares and the history of it, but if people want to know my introduction, it's kind of hard to boil it down without missing some big ones. But I would say that from the beginning to now, that's where we are. And we're looking forward to Whaleshares being something that this community, as parts of this history, you guys all know the struggle that we have had. I look forward to being able to have a team that can help bring that to you guys, what you guys deserve, in my opinion. So, with that said, I hope that answers your question.
Man, that was beautiful. Did you write that?
Oh, did it sound like I wrote?
No, it just sounds, it was very good flowed, and it was incredible because you hit all the points, and you gave people a great background, because now some people might know you from the Whaleshares or from Steam it or Bitshares, so it's good that you described the whole thing. You know, sometimes people don't realize you're in it from AngelShare, so you have been around Dan for a while, so it's awesome to hear that you can share that insight with us.
Yeah, I always tell people that there's a whole community that made, like when Dan said that he learned a lot from, that Steam and mutual aid societies were inspired by Beyond Bitcoin, it was largely because we taught him about guilds and things that maybe he didn't know as much about, So even though Dan knows a lot, he had an entire community that taught him a lot of things too. So there's a lot of power in terms of a lot of people who've thought about these problems that we have in crypto for a long time in this community,
That's amazing. I just wanted to kind of lead into this next question. Is but many see you as one of the leaders. When I came on Steam, you were one of the first people that I realized were really doing things in space, inspiring people. So I guess, how does it feel to be a leader of so many in these communities? And did you ever think that you would become leaders? I know you were involved with guilds and such, but leaders in cryptocurrency is a little bit different. You create such good communities that are inspiring a lot of people. But have you ever thought about becoming a leader, or did it just naturally happen?
It's funny. I think that it's funny to be called a leader. I kind of shy away from it. People, know me. No, I don't like to call myself that, but what I will say is that I think that everybody who steps up and does something that they think they're good at and they're passionate about and is persistent about it and doesn't give up and learns and adapts from the lessons that they're taught, they become kind of a leader on their own. So I would say that, how does it feel to be a leader? I would say that you saying that I'm a leader and other people saying I'm a leader is interesting to me, because I've never come at it trying to lead so much as saying, hey guys, we need to get and bicker about stupid things or we can get stuff done. And it seems to me that that becomes a label, that you become a leader, I guess, by getting things done or trying to organize people to get things done, trying to get people who care about similar things to work together. You know, it can come in many ways. I don't code, but I have tried to put together people who have similar visions that I think that are absolutely necessary. You know, so I would say it feels good to know that people appreciate and recognize the things that I have done. But I would also caution them to ever think that they need somebody like me to do it for them. Maybe I should have said that in the beginning.
Wow, that's poetic.
We're all leaders, right? We step up.
Amen. And just sometimes you might have more of a public face. You know, because I know I've seen it. Everybody was always talking about OfficialFuzzy last year, and then you had the whale tank, and then part of the Bitshares community. So you have to have a lot of eyeballs on you. So it's really awesome that you're so humble and that you're helping so many, which is incredible. But I guess building off of that, we all know that eventually something will make Bitshares, Steam, hopefully Whaleshares and EasyDex go mainstream. In your opinion, what do you think that would be? Do you think it'll be a DApp? Do you think it'll be a game? Do you think it'll be a website similar to Steemit that really will bring these different communities to the mainstream?
To be honest with you, I think that Whaleshares and some of the stuff that EasyDex is wanting to do, and I'm not going to step into Walrus's zone of like giving away anything, but some of the things that they have been talking about doing to leverage Whaleshares and EasyDex, I don't see how you make it better, in my opinion. I think that there's extra layers that can be added on top of it, maybe. But some of the plans that are going on, moving forward with that, or planned maybe is a better word, I think are some really good ones. It's a hard one. I know that I want to give more details. Walrus, is it cool if I give more detail?
Do it.
Okay. Yeah, I always assume I shouldn't. So right now I can ask it, I guess. So it's planned to have EasyDex make it so where you can more easily use Whaleshares to reward people or reward yourself using Whales tokens on the Whaleshares DEX. So you're going to have within the EasyDex platform, they're going to be working on ways of making it easier to use Whaleshares. So you're going to have that kind of mixing and mingling between Bitshares and the Whaleshares chain, but you're also going to have a little bit easier use case for it, right? You don't have to worry about messing up as easily. It'll actually kind of make it almost, I would say impossible, but probably not impossible because people are surprising individuals. But probably near impossible to screw up sending, if that's fair to say.
Well, I appreciate that, bud. have you heard about Darren Black's new whale sounds project related to Whaleshare yet?
No, but I'm interested in it because we would always make whale sounds at the end of the whale tank.
Darren, you got 2 minutes to tell them real quick?
What are you gonna?
Yeah, you there, mate?
It's gonna be like. Go ahead, sorry.
I think we lost Darren.
I saw him light up like he was talking for a second there.
Discord is acting strange these days.
I'm here, man. How you doing? How you doing, Darren?
Very well. It's nice to meet you, Darren.
Hi, Fuzzy. Nice to meet you at last. Hi, mate.
So are you the creator of Whale Sounds?
I guess I am, yeah. I coined that, I changed my nickname to Whale Sounds about 4 weeks ago, probably 5 weeks ago. Yeah, it just came to me that it's something that I'd really love to do on Whaleshares. And I'm now part of the media team, which has been lovely for me. Had an interview with Sir Lunch, the host, last Friday, and soon after that the guys made me part of the media team, so I really want to create that whale sound, you know. I think it's a really nice name, and it'd be all about the independent artist, obviously me as well, and lots of my esteemed musician friends that I can bring over, which I'm already bringing over now. And yeah, it's really exciting. I really want to be a big part of that, you know. Just wondered what your thoughts of the idea and everything.
I think that if this is this what Chucky Funky, or is this what you're talking about here? Or similar?
I'm not sure, actually. No, I'm thinking,
yeah. Well, I'll say this. I know that there are a lot of musicians who like to get together and create music and all those good things, and I think that these platforms are the beginnings of people seeing how they can connect and reward each other. And musicians are kind of starting to say, wow, we could even make decentralized music and things like that, right? And the fact that we're... Go ahead. Oh no.
I'm thinking Fuzzy. I'm thinking if you mix the whale tank with music, you can do something like for whale sound. But that's just my idea.
Yeah. And you could have an archive that everybody could use it. And like, let's face it, every podcast needs beats, right? Every movie needs beats. Every kind of video or audio content eventually is going to need some music in it. So I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, that mate. Sorry, my signal's terrible today. Can you just say the last bit again, mate?
Yeah, I said I think that it's great to be able to have and create archives of this music, because you could create like a decentralized archives of different people creating music and projects that make it so music is more possible, like this. You can create these archives that now podcasts and other content might want to reach into and leverage. So you're actually enriching the community and giving them like a war chest of audio, of beats, essentially, for their own podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, that's an awesome thing. I think me and Chief need to have a chat about that, and some other people in the media team. I'm looking at it as from a songwriter and as an established musician. I think John's even made me a room here with my Darren Claxton room. It's where all my music goes. But yeah, so you could have like beats and things, and people could have little snippets of music to use in their podcast, like you say, or on their videos. They might need a little bit of intro music for their crypto and coffee or their videos they're doing, you know.
So music, right? They like
whale sounds. I'm thinking. Sorry, mate. The whale sounds thing. I'm thinking more of like a music library, you know. And as me as a songwriter, you know, I've been getting upvotes from D Sound, for a few months now, which is great. But after 7 days it stops, And what I was talking to the Walrus about was that having that ongoing forever, not just 7 days. For some to me, listen, you get some crypto through, you get some whale seeds. That's my plan, my hope. But on the back of that, you've got your podcast people and people who make samples, or there's musicians that make just little snippets of people's soundtrack material, and they can tap into that and they can use that, and it's just like a big central library. So whale sounds will come under. It's a big umbrella. Everything will come underneath that big umbrella of whale sounds.
I think it's great, especially if people can then search for different kinds of things or tag different things. You would have actually have that mark that anybody can look up.
Absolutely, yeah. It's obviously it's a server where it's going to be stored, but I'm sure we can work around that. But yeah, it's really exciting, and I can't wait for the site to go live. And I'm quite new to it all, so I'm still obviously researching it and everything. I just keep buying my whale shares as much as I can with my Steam, and just wait for when it all goes live. But I've got so many ideas, and I've got a lot of contacts and a lot of knowledge about music. I'm a musician and a songwriter, and I've got a lot of people that I know and a big community. I'm just on the radio actually in SMA at the moment, so I've just switched over here quickly. But I've got to get back over there now because I'm sort of presenting over there with Divine and some other people. So I just wanted to come in and say hi to you and speak to you soon, mate. Yeah.
Sounds good. Appreciate it. It's all about that synergy. I'm glad to facilitate you guys meeting. I guess the whale sounds would be great. I think we have a lot of people that can bring value. As you know, Tito and myself, we have started the SMA, a pretty big community on Steam, so we have plenty of talented musicians. And Darren is one of the best we've ever heard, and he's incredible. We have all different types of people, so I really love the idea. It's another piece of energy in this crypto world, which kind of leads me to the next question, which will be the last one. If you have time, we'll get another one in. But I wanted to ask Fuzzy, for a lot of people, because a lot of us are in the EasyDex and Whaleshares community, but what kind of synergy do you see between the two projects here in the future?
Well, I'll say this. I don't know how many centralized exchanges you'll be able to trade whale coins on. But one thing that I do know is that Walrus and Patty are running EasyDex, and they have been some of the biggest proponents of using these tokens of the entire community of Bitshares. And I think that Bitshares, if the community in Whaleshares is willing to show Bitshares and go over there and tell them, hey, look at all these cool things we're doing, and look at these whales tokens and what we're using them for, and by the way, we're trading them all on Bitshares, I think you're going to start blowing people's minds what can be done. And I know you understand that I've said this many times, Chief. I've said it to you, or at least with you in my presence, multiple times, which is we can come up with the vanilla ice cream flavor and leave it to you guys to add all the different flavors, because why not, right? I can come up with flavors, but I'm never going to come up with as many as all of you guys. So why don't we put out the vanilla ice cream and let all you guys come up with the even more amazing things? And that's what I'm waiting for. Sure, I'll come out with my own ideas where I can get them done too, but that doesn't keep anybody else from coming up with something that leverages these things to make it an even bigger impact. So I guess to short answer your question, I would say I have some ideas on what will make Whaleshares and Bitshares and EasyDex synergize, but I think that a lot of it, probably 90% of it, I don't even see. And I think that's going to come from you guys, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's the community right there. I think the strength of this community is how many people, different types of people, diverse from all over the world, and with different strengths, and we're coming together for a common goal. So I think we'll all be surprised at what we can do with EasyDex and Whaleshares, because giving us the tools to do things in this blockchain cryptocurrency environment that not everybody has. So I'm extremely excited for the future, and I'm excited to see what this the future holds, because I think having a DEX like EasyDex and the Whaleshares chain set up is a great foundation for everybody. So I'm excited for see what happens.
Yeah, I will say one other thing to you guys. Make sure that you leverage this back, and don't be afraid to keep in mind the potential for cross-chain functionality between other chains, even other mutual aid chains. I think there's a lot of potential for Whaleshares to become one of those primary chains if they focus on promoting and helping other communities and connecting to them. You might even see it being a possibility in the future where something like Whaleshares can even be a witness or a block producer on EOS and other chains. Right? You never know what you guys can do with it, but I would like to tell you guys first my ideas before we, go anywhere else and before any of these ideas go other places. So, with that said, is there anything that anybody has that they'd like to say, or anything that you guys would like to bring to?
Speak up, and forever hold your peace. Let's go, community. Buddy's in the house.
Yeah, I agree, Darren. I think that those are great ideas. Yeah, fuzzy ice cream does sound dangerous, though I did read, or listen rather, to somebody saying the other day that you can grow penicillin on bread and eat it to get better, even though it will upset your stomach. So maybe fuzzy ice cream is... yeah, I love salad. I hate yours. Well played.
Well, if you don't have any questions right there, maybe we'll give them a little time in the after party to think about it and how it's going. So we'll just we'll end this official segment right now with the Coffee Crypto EasyDex second episode. I really appreciate you, Buzz, for coming on and sharing these awesome insights. I know it's quick and short, but we're trying to do a counter to what show the Freedom has, which gives a lot of value over 2 hours, and we're trying to do a lot in a little bit of time. But I would appreciate anybody's feedback. I'm going to switch my laptop next time so we don't have this interesting background noise. But I know, and I appreciate you guys coming on and listening. And I appreciate your attention. Thanks, everybody. Let's get to the after party.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And Fuzzy, I miss those whale tanks. Oh my.
Yeah, I stopped doing it because I kept finding that everybody who was doing this stuff was just going to build on Steam and become very, loyal to Steam. And I was like, why would I do that when I'm so against how it's being run?